right, so gonna sell a cab. So we're trying this again. Now, I've done this before. I've had both the Sir and the 2 notes. We're giving it another shot. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so yeah, here we go. We're gonna try some we're gonna have a little fun. All right, so yeah, this took me about an hour or so to. It was weird. I plugged it in, and so here's this should be in the manual. The dial to go between the 16 IRs that are in the unit itself doesn't work if the USB is plugged in. That took me about an hour and a half of. Anyway, now it works. So here is the. It's a whole. No, that's those are the IRs. Here's the Sir PT100 into the Sir reactive load. Sounds real nice. Now here's 1, 2. You know. We'll go over to 4, which is the smaller cabs. That sounds great. So, yeah, there it is. So we'll record a little bit here. And that's just with the clip just tickling every now and then. Yeah, okay, so that works. The unfiltered one also works, which just gives you the scratchy thing, which I did this with. I'll do this really quick. So this is now just straight out, which is going to be nasty. Right? So we do a little... Right? And now with this, you can bring in the mix... You can bring in the mix IR, which gives us a little bit of a, here's the IR. So here's bypass, here's the scratchy, right? And here's with the IR. Ooh, loud. Okay, but there you go. So everything's working. So what we're going to do for this purpose is we're going to mute this and we're going to kill the mix IR. Actually, we're going to take the mix IR. Well, it doesn't matter. What we're going to do is, yes, let's do this. We'll take this off so that there's absolutely no thingamajigger. What we're going to do here is we are going to... So after DI out, we're going to go mono, and I'm going to show you in a minute what we're planning on doing here. We'll just call this track IR, okay? So, yeah, we'll call it this. We'll call it IR aux, right? Aux, right? So it's the same as the DI aux, and there's a reason why. So everything, the path is the same. So if I turn on my Marshall, my 77 is plugged into the slant. We should be getting these two right here. You know what we'll do? We'll move this out of the way. We won't call it DI anymore either. We'll call it IR. Okay? But we're going to kill this right now. All right, stay with me. So now I've got Marshall should be on. Yep. and the DI should be on. See if this works. Yeah, you can't hear the DI because it's already set out to 3, but it doesn't matter. So this would be recording the DI with the Marshall. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this IR aux. We're going to input this 11. And we're going to bust this out 5. And we're going to put this into bus 5. So for right now, we're going to do this a whole different color just so you can see it. Okay, you guys see that? So now what I've got is I've got the first track here is the, I'll ungroup these for now, is the, that's my 77. This is the DI, which is the KGB, and this here is, so if I kill this, this is the Sir PT100. Yeah, so let's do, oh my God, let's put a little gain on there. I'll miss. Yeah. Oh, right, we're going out the other thing. Let's go out the old impulse response. Just for now, we're in 1 of 1 1. And it's a telly, so it's a little bit. So I usually do all this stuff with Les Pauls, but you know, we're having some fun. So now everybody's on, except you're not hearing the DI. Definitely some weird phase. So let's just do something here. Okay, you hear it? Sounds a little bit like a can. We open this up and we look here. And it looks like the amps are pretty well lined up. They're just off a little bit. That's so weird that it sounded kind of canny. It sounded like a can. Let me find another spot. So we're not looking at the center one. We're just dealing with these two. Really, really good. It's 38 samples. I can't imagine that even mattering. But we'll try. Let's do this. Let's just listen to that little bit I played. Just hear it. Wow. Okay. Here's the IR. Good. Here's the amp. Together. Bad. Let me just go here and go to the trim. Or trim. We're not going to trim, but we're going to flip the phase. Okay, here's just the IR. Here's the amp. 27. And then flipped phase on 1. I don't know if that's right either. It is. So there it is. So weird, huh? Give me a minute. So we'll pan the IR. That side is this is the Sir going through the Sir reactive load. Sounds good. Here's my 77 through the cab, which sounds really good too. And together. It worked. So then it's a matter of dialing it in. So that's how, and if I wanted to really get like super picky, in 1 minute I'm going to show you why I'm doing this. I think we established that 30, let's say 38 samples. If I was to come here to time adjuster and I was to throw this, no, sorry. Yes, throw this back 38 samples. Now when you listen to it, it should be really accurate. Wow, it's gonna work. So again, 77, Suhr PT100, and one is a cab, the other is the reactive load, and I'm sending them through the same busing so that they have the exact same path. Okay, it's gonna work, and that sounds good. This is the Suhr reactive load with the PT100. That sounds great. Now we're gonna do this one more time. We're gonna do it one more again. And then that's it. And it was successful. Now I just gotta sit, work with it a little bit, just get a feel for the whole deal, but I think this is it. So now what we're going to do, we'll make this a little bit of an odd color. We'll call this Mix IR. Watch. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put the guitar, this is the 77, this is the DI, this is now the Mix IR, which is bus 5. Watch. Bus 5. So you're going to hear bring it all there. Now what we're going to do is, 1 second. Now we're coming straight out nasty. We're going to see if this works, how it works if I'm using the Mix IR plugin. So you're going to hear this. This should sufficiently, that's what it sounds like. This is the amp with gain. So what we're going to do, we're going to record these 3. We're not going to mess with the one that's used the IR that's in the box, in the thing itself. We're going to just bring this one up now. And we're going to cover your ears. Maybe what I'll do is I'll mute this so you don't have to listen to it. Oh, why? Oh, there we go. Okay, so you only hear the 77 on one side. I've muted the Mix IR track, which is straight out of the Suhr IR with no IR. So we're going to go like this. Okay, now, woo! And we know exactly how many time adjusters this is. We'll kill that for right now. We'll come here. Yeah, see, now it's the opposite because there's no IR. Is everybody following me? So you'll see this is now the Suhr coming out direct. With the IR, it was behind. It was like here. But now it's ahead because there's no processing. So if I was to come here and I was to go like this, you'll see it's 23 samples. So let's just say for argument's sake, I go time adjuster. I knock this back 23 to make it exactly sample accurate. But now we have to see if the Mix IR, red wires, we'll put that into there. Right, okay, cool. So now we'll get rid of all this. Oh my God. Who thinks it's gonna work? I mean, really. So we'll kill all this. So we're listening now to directly out of the Surreactive load. Cover your ears. Okay, I'll do that. And now what I'll do is I'll just grab one dude. Right, there you go. And now you've got whatever it's. I don't know whose that is. It's either York or Owenhammer probably. Yeah, this is really loud. I'm sorry. Let me just turn this down. Yeah, that sounds nice, right? Yeah, I'll just. Oh wait, hold on. Let me throw that out. Presets. Here we go. Oh, there you go. I think here's Marshall template. So it's a couple of IRs. There you go. We'll just go with that for right now. A little dark, but anyway. So this is the PT straight out of the with no IR in the box, but now using this. And now we're going to put on the 77, and we're going to see what happens. And it works, because you'd hear it if it was really bad. You would know that that was bad. You would know that. Because the other one, even though it looked good, you could hear it sounded like a can. It was coming out of a can. There it is. Yeah. So I knocked this dude back. 23 samples. Oh, I shut it off. I can even turn that on. We'll turn that back on. Here's time adjuster. Oh, no, wait a sec. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I knocked this one back 23 samples. I knew I had done it. And then mix IR, which I guess because of the HDX or whatever, there's no latency. It's just the same. And there it is. So those are my two options now for doing this. Yeah, it sounds great. And you're hearing little differences, but that's because the amps, you know, they push and pull differently. Excursion, you know, the thing with the thing. I don't know what the heck you call it, but I know what it sounds like. And yeah, it always makes me feel like Alice in Chains, because there was a lot of drift in that, you know, and it sounded so heavy. That's the beautiful part of using different amps, different cabinets, different guitars. You get like, you know, you get like natural idiosyncrasies in the sound, regardless of the performance. I mean, this performance is perfect because it's the same. So the reason I'm looking at this is for a couple of reasons. One, I can now do, let's say, 2 amps simultaneously with heavies. And I can still do a DI and use it or not use it. But I can do 2 amps at one time without 2 cabinets being in there, and it's sample accurate. That's perfect. That sounds great. Yeah, that sounds great. Because if you see, if I flip the phase, you'll hear it, how weird it sounds. I flip one, listen to it now. If you hear that, you know your polarity is reversed, meaning instead of it going up on the peak transient, it's going down. So one's going up, one's going down, and it's basically canceling. If you feel drunken ever without drinking, that's what that could be. And then now in phase. It's perfect. It works. Okay. So, but the other option, which is something that I personally just love to do, I love stereo amps, clean, with some like split harmonizer and delays. And I just, you know, the way, getting rid of the one, you doing that with the 2 cabinets in the room, it was doable because it was like lower volume, less intensity, and it would work to it. It worked. It was okay. What didn't work in there was 2 heavies, like, you know, Mark V and, you know, Marshall cranked. There's just too much crosstalk. Yeah, an inordinate amount. But this is nice. So, and I'm not going to do that right now, but if I get the two of them and they're all going through my stereo loop here, I can put split harmonizer and chorus and trems and, reverbs, and I can get that luscious, beautiful cleans that I mean, it's not as in vogue anymore. You still hear it sometimes, but anyway, so there it is. So I'm selling the one cab. I actually have the original box. If anybody wants to buy it, I'll ship it. It's an absolutely brand new Mesa traditional straight cabinet with 4 UK vintage 30s. It doesn't even have a scratch. It's like brand new. I literally bought it, wheeled it in there, and plugged it in. But there it is. So it worked. Does everybody understand what I did? So I did it one time with using the IR that's inside. So remember, the IR inside the unit, it will then the track with the IR will become later because of the processing, which you can see here. Hold on. What the heck was that all about? Sorry about that. Here you go. So you see, this is the 77. This is my PT100 going through the IR box. See, the IR is late, right? Because it's processing the IR. If I go straight out of it to just Ratsoville, if I go straight out of this, no IR, and I get the staticky guitar, then you'll see it's now ahead. You see that? So this guy is coming out of the IR box, and this is the 77 straight, and now it's this. Now this is earlier because there's no processing. So, and then all I do is just make up the difference with time adjuster, and then on this one that has nothing, that's where I'm using Mix IR, and then I have York, I have Ownhammer, I have Bogren, I have all Leon Todds, I have a bunch of Celestians, I got a ton of all my own IRs. But I may just grab a few that I really like and just put them in here and just use that. I don't know. I can do whatever I want. He can do whatever he wants. I'm getting better. Today's like day 8. OMAD 2MAD, meaning 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day, down close to 7 pounds. I mean, I've been going at it, and I'm coming up with a solution to heal this busted knee. So, good things are happening. I appreciate you guys. This was a hell of a video, in my opinion. This is a very, you will not find this video anywhere. Nowhere does this video exist. Watching somebody hack through stuff like this. That aesthetic, or on the outside, seems like very, very, intense, technical. And it is in a weird way. But the thing is, I'm going to get my template. It's going to be click, click, I'm on, I'm ready to go. So I can do the DI and reamp the second one, or I can just use the dang Sir. I think that's what I'm going to probably use, because it really did sound good, right? Here's the Sir with the 1-1, the first IR in the box. With a little tweak in it, sounds great right there. And then here's with my little concoction from Mix IR. That's different. That's more snotty, more. So, you mess with it. You figure out what you like. He figures out what he likes. Yeah. Yes. He said yes. Did you ever see the guy when Trump won? He's like, I'm done. The little skinny dude. And the metal guy put the like dun dun dun, I'm done, and he turned it into like a Meshuggah thing with the kid. I felt bad for the kid, man. Oh man, yeah, there's a lot going on. Woo, doggy! Yeah, it's the red pill and the blue pill.